Hey everybody! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah. This is a channel about cross stitch. Welcome if you're coming back. Welcome if you are a new subscriber or a new watcher. I don't remember what do I usually say. I don't remember. It's just gone. Yeah. Anyway, it is the end of January. It is Thursday, January 30th. I am going to make my January video. I still technically have 2 days left to stitch, so some of my progress will be shown in the February, just because I don't have time. Well, I do have time. It's just easier for me to film today. I have a farrier coming tomorrow for the horse, so it's just easier to film today. So, I haven't stitched yet today. So I will be stitching today and tomorrow, so you'll see progress on that. I mean, there won't be very much because it's only 2 days, but you'll see some of the progress next video. But until then, I think I have like 10 projects to show. I know. January was a fun month. I am also using my like planner thing, my organizer. So I do have some numbers, which I don't usually have. Yeah, I'm more organized. I'm feeling good in 2025. Now, this is not completely accurate because it is accurate, but basically what's happening in this planner, and I think I said this last time, this is, I got this on Etsy. I can't remember the name of it, but I believe Stitches with Ebony and Dawn Marie, DM's Crafty Vortex, I think they both did videos on this specific, like, planner. It's a digital planner, and they both did videos on it. So if you are interested in it, they both did great videos. I just showed it slightly. But I am really loving it. The way that I'm using it, though, is a little different than maybe the intention, but I don't count stitches unless the pattern's in Pattern Keeper. And I don't, take pictures or scan, paper patterns and put them in, because I think it's just a waste of my time. Because it doesn't work the way that it's, like, Pattern Keeper and, what's the other one? The other one, the Apple one. They don't work the way that they're intended with like paper patterns scanned in. They can't search for symbols in the same way that they can with like PDFs that have like background data. So in my opinion, it's not worth it to scan paper patterns in. The only thing it would be worth is like if you want to count your stitches but you don't actually want to count, like you want it to just do it for you. So I guess that's the only like upside to doing that, but I don't care enough. So what I'm doing is I am inputting the amount of stitches that I've stitched for all of my patterns that are in Pattern Keeper, so like all of my full coverage and all that. I'm including the total number of stitches. For anything that's a paper pattern, I'm just putting 1, like, so I know what day I stitched on it. I know if there's a 1 in there, because I never pull out a pattern and stitch 1 stitch. It just doesn't happen. So if I put a 1 in that spot, it just means I worked on it that day. I didn't count the stitches, but I know I worked on it. So it is throwing off the number of stitches a little bit, but, you know, it is what it is. So, that being said, full coverage stitches, I stitched a little over 16,000 full coverage stitches in January. Like I said, that number's not completely accurate, because in there is some 1s from non-full coverages, and because I stitch on non-full coverages, it's definitely more than 16,000. Like, I stitched probably upwards of 20,000 stitches in January. It was a good month, but I had a lot of time off. So, that in December, like, at the end of last year, I had a lot of time off of work. So I stitched a lot more probably in January than I will be stitching the rest of the year. Okay, and like I said, I have 10 projects to show. I have 9 that I stitched on in January, and then 1 I stitched on post video, last video. So let's get started. How about that? So I'm not going to do these in order because I don't feel like trying to find them and putting them in order. So I'm just going to show you. So the one I'm currently working on, what I'm doing is basically I'm stitching on Jelly World, which is the HAED sal, until I get to the goal each month on that. And then I'll pull out my wedding piece, stitch until I do about 3,100 stitches. And then 324, I'm just pulling out every Friday or once a week-ish to catch up each week. So I've been doing that, but that'll be done in February, so I won't have to worry about that one anymore. And then after I've done all of those like focus pieces, depending on how many days left in the month I have, I will spin my wheel and stitch like 5 days on that project. So, like this month, I had a bunch of extra days, so I stitched on six extra projects because I finished Jelly World so quickly because I was off work for so many days, and it didn't take me very long. So, like I said, January just got a lot of extra. I think it's gonna take me longer to stitch my focus pieces the rest of the year, each month, and I won't have as many projects. But we'll see. I could be wrong. But anyway, the project that I'm currently working on, because my wheel spun, it's the last project of the month, so I still have 2 more days, today and tomorrow, to stitch on this. So you will see progress on this next video. But this is, and I'll insert a picture here, this is a Mermaids Treasure. It is a HAED pattern, Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artist is Aimee Stewart. And here is where it is. So I started the month / the year / a few years. I started this in 2021. I think I started this in December of 2021. And at that point, I was doing no new starts. I was like participating in no new starts, and I thought I was going to be doing that in 2022. And so because of that, I had to put in at least, I think it was like 200 stitches. So I put in 280 stitches on this project, which was like something like that, at the end of 2021. And then I didn't touch it again until now. So this is the first time this has like been picked up since 2021. Wow. So that being said, that is what I've gotten done so far. And this is, I have done 1,703 stitches so far on this the past 3 days. This part, this is the max color version. This part, quite frankly, is pretty quick. Like, it's max color, but there's not that many colors in this top corner. I'm doing this on the opposite side that I usually start on this side, but I'm starting on this side. I don't know, that's just apparently how I decided to do that when I started this, which I don't mind starting on either side. The sides don't really matter to me. It's just like, I know at least one project I've started at the bottom, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep going with that. I might restart on the top. I don't know. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with that, or if I'm just going to work on it upside down. I'm just a little nervous to do that, because what if I mess up? I don't know. But like, I can lock my screen on my tablet and just flip it upside down. So we'll see. We'll see. It's not going to change. It's just going to make, when I start seeing things in that pattern, it's just going to make it a little weird, because I'm going to see things upside down. So we'll see. But this one is just started on the other side. Yeah, so I had like maybe that much done, and I've added that. So, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Okay, next is my, I believe this is Whimsical Pitbull. So in this project bag, which I didn't have that one in a project bag because it's still on its hoop, and you know. So this project bag, and this is a Shiba Designs bag. So fun! I love this one. The downside is it doesn't have any pitties. No pitties. But it's okay. So this is Whimsical Pitbull. This is a project by Tilton Crafts, I think, right? Is it Tilton Crafts? I think. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull out my Instagram because it's just easier. And yeah, and the design, I mean, the artist is Amazing Grace Media. So, but you know what? I can actually show you where I was exactly on, I'm not going to put it on the screen, but this is where I was on this. So here's the like comparison. So quite a bit. Quite a bit. It's a lot. Anyway, Whimsical Pitbull, I can show you where I was last time on Instagram because it's on Instagram. So here's where I was last time, and here is where I am now. So a decent amount done in that year. And like I said, these ones, so that was worked on for 3 days so far. This one was worked on for the full 5 days. And I did 3,222 stitches on this in the 5 days. This one is more confetti, like, than where I'm at right now. I'm sure that A Mermaid's Treasure is going to get crazier, but right now it's easy. This one, if you can see, is definitely more confetti, like with all of those like blobs in the ear, all of the like colorful, like lighty bits, but it looks really good. Yeah, I'm really pleased. And the fabric is Maestoso by Grace Notes Fabrics. It's a 28 count lugana. So yeah, a lot of black, but also lots of colors. Especially once I really got into like this bit, a lot of colors. It's a little crazy. Little crazy. Anyway. Okay. Next is my Jelly World. So here's the bag. And like I said, this is Jelly World. It is patterned by HAED, and the artwork is L&L Designs. It is the HAED Sal piece, and I did hit my goal. So I'm gonna have to include all the, I'm gonna have to remember to put all the pictures in. This one doesn't have a like where I started because it was a new start. So granted, it was a new start in December because they put out the pattern early. I think right after I filmed my last video, I opened my email and there was an email. So yeah, I basically started it that day. So the day that I posted my last video, I started Jelly World. Anyway, so here, oh, the bag, by the way, the bag is by Lakewind Studio, and she has an Etsy shop. It's just lakewindstudio.shop. And I really, really like, the reason, and I think I've said this before, but the reason I got this bag is for the inside fabric. Just look at it. It's just beautiful. Anyway, so here's Jelly World. Here's where I'm at. So this was the full, like, 80, 78, 75, I don't remember how many. Hold on. let's see. So since I started it, I have to do, if I can find it, um, 7,520 stitches. But I started in December, so I didn't start counting until, I mean, I know that I did since I started. I know it's 7,520. But in January, I only needed to do 2,750 stitches to get to the goal. So since the end of December, and it was like the 27th or the 26th that they sent this out, so I did a bunch for the last days of December. And then I only needed to do a little less than 3,000 stitches to, like, finish it off. But yeah, so come Saturday, I will restart on this, and I will get some more done. There's a lot of confetti in this piece, but it's looking so cool. Like, look at that. Look at that. That looks so good. It looks really good. I think it looks really good. I'm excited to see this jellyfish. This one I'm excited, but this one I'm really excited because it's weirdly, like, bubbly. You'll have seen it in the cover photo, but I really like the look of that jellyfish. Like, it's, like, kind of, like, bubbly, and it's really cool. Anyway, so that's that. And I think I only worked on this, like, 2 days in January. Yeah, I only needed to work on this for 2 days in January because I finished so much of it in December. So that is not going to happen in February. It's going to take me probably over a week to get all of the stitches. Okay, what are you? Oh, yes, I know. Okay, so then I had a new start in January for my birthday, and it is in this bag. And this is a Black Cat X-Stitchery bag. And it's got cute little polka dots on the inside. But this goes not at all with this project. This doesn't match the project at all. But I don't have a project bag to match it, so I need to get another project bag. But I don't really, unless they're focus pieces, I don't really care, like, what bag they're in, if that makes sense. But anyway, so I am doing a sal. Well, I'm calling it a sal as in a start along because I doubt, well, either of us are ever going to finish it. But I know I'm not going to be working on this for a while. And this is a pathetic start. So this is the Shire, and it is by DarkXStitch. And I think the artwork is her or her daughter. I don't remember. They do art. Anyway, this also doesn't have a start photo because I started this on January 18th, I think. And like I said, pathetic start because I think I only got in like 89 stitches. Yeah, I got in 89 stitches. So here it is. But look at how many colors there are in those 89 stitches. It's crazy. Yeah, that is the most pathetic start. But it is a start, in my opinion. I know for, like, no new starts, which I'm not doing, you need like 200 stitches or whatever to qualify. But in my opinion, if you have one stitch in it, it's a new start. But I got in 89 stitches. So basically, I'm working on this with Wisteria Stitch, Becca, and she got in a whole lot more. I think her aim was to do like 1,000 black stitches, and I think she did them. My goal was just to start. I did do what I could, because that morning I had my stitching group, and I took a different project because I wanted to start this together, and we were Zooming that afternoon. So we started this on Zoom together, and I think we were on Zoom for like maybe an hour, and so I got 89 stitches done in like an hour. And then I ended up not working on this too much longer after that because it was kind of the middle of the day. Like, it was like late afternoon by the time we finished Zooming, and then I needed to walk the dog and take care of the horses, and like I had a lot of other stuff to do, so I didn't get that much more done on this project like after the Zoom. But that's okay. I still count this as I started it and I worked on it, which was one of my goals. So, yeah, kind of pathetic, but I did it. So, okay, and then the next thing that I have is this bag. So cute. This is one of my non-full coverages that is my to be finished this year project. Actually, to be finished next month. And this is 324. And like I said, I'm working on this like once a week. Mostly Fridays. I did not have time, or I don't know if I didn't have time or I just forgot this past Friday, so I did it on Sunday instead, but like still worked on it. So I'm, once a week-ish, and I'm keeping up pretty good. So I did the math, and I could be done with this on, I think it's like the 22nd of February, whatever that Saturday is, the 21st, the 22nd. So because of that, I may or may not stitch an extra motif on the Friday, or I'll just wait until the Saturday to stitch this piece, and then I'll finish it that Saturday. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I've got some time because it's not till like the end of February, but still going to be done in February. So, like I said, this is WorksbyABC 324. And I am doing the 324 color version, and I'm doing it, all of these are on 28 count. I think everything except for the linen pieces are on 28 count. Anyway, here's where I am now. So I'm getting really close. Look how close I am. It's almost like hard to just do like the set scheduled ones. It could be so easy for me to just done. Like I could do that, but I had the goal of doing this in 324 days. So if I get to February, whatever it is, 22nd, and I finish it on that day, that will be exactly 324 days since I started this at the Steel City Stitches Retreat last year. So like, I'm trying really hard to make this be, I finished 324 motifs in 324 days. Granted, I don't work on it every day, but, I'm doing a stitch a day. So, or like a motif a day, I should say. But it's really fun. I'm really, really loving this. I have the other version, the like sequel, which is the like Blackwork specialty stitch one. But yeah, so that's all I have left. And this like diagonal is going to be super easy. All of the square diagonals, like these ones, are super easy because it's like I know how far to go, and I know it's 25 stitches, and then like how far to go, 25 stitches, how far to go, 25. So it's really quick. I just need to look at the color chart, because she has like a separate chart that tells you what color each motif is, and that's all I need to look at for those. The like fun, the like intricate ones, I need to actually look at the pattern, but only really I need to look at the pattern for like a part of it, because it's the same, usually it's the same thing going all the way around, so it's like 4 of the same thing, so it's pretty easy, quite frankly. Oops, forgot to do this. Okay, next is my wedding piece, and this one is in this bag, which was made by my friend. I gave her my sweatshirt that didn't fit myself or my husband because he got the wrong size for both of us, and so I just ended up deciding, he was like, well, we can't send it back because it's personalized, but what are we going to do with it? And I was like, give it to me. I will be able to use it. So we did. And she put it in this bag, and then she took this off the sleeve, which is the date. So, fun. Anyway, I do have a comparison photo I can show you, but I'm going to just do that on here because I can. So this is, oh, well, I guess I should like show the, I don't know if I have already, but while I'm talking, this is my wedding piece. This is a picture that was taken on the day that we got married, and I just converted it into a pattern. Anyway, so here is where I was the last time. So you'll see I stopped right up here by his, like where his jacket starts meeting his shirt. And I can't show them together because I need both hands to hold it up. But here is what it looks like now. Oh no, I can't see. I hate this like Adobe thing always pops up on my computer. And like, because I don't have Adobe on this computer. Sorry. So it always is like, you need to update. And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't use this computer for anything except for videos. Like, I don't need Adobe. Anyway, so here's where I'm at now. So you'll see I was up here in this area, and I made it all the way down to here. So I did basically from up here down to there. And that's about 3,133 stitches. Yep, exactly 3,133 stitches, which is the goal each month to get it done by my 10-year anniversary, which is what I have planned now to do. But let me tell you, this situation down here, girl, that is a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot. And it was beautiful. And I'm glad I did it. But, sorry, I've got the, like, Flosstube itchy eye and itchy lip. The whole face. Not the itchy nose, but here we are. But yeah, this whole bouquet is just a lot. But it's looking really good. So we'll do our close-ups now. I know I do this every time, but it's just so fun to look at. It's so fun to look at. It's just so pretty. It's so realistic, it's crazy. Yeah. Super excited about this one. It's getting there. Look how much I've done on this side. Like this that I've done this much over here is so exciting. Now it will be even more exciting when I get to the bottom, but I've still got a long ways to go to get to the bottom. So, anyway, 3,133 stitches. So once I finish Jelly World's goal in February, this will come back out, and I will do that. And I'll do another 3,133 stitches. Okay, the next thing was a pretty recent, I think this is the most recent, like this is what I just finished before pulling out a Mermaid's Treasure. I'm sorry guys, my eyes are just itchy apparently today. I don't have allergies, but they are just itching. So this is called Magic Book. It is a pattern by HAED, and there is no artist. I think it was just one. I don't remember, she called them something, but I don't remember what they're called. But I really liked this one, and I still really like this one. It's just got 50 bajillion million trillion black stitches. So when I show you the comparison photo of what it looks like, or looked like, you're gonna be like, it doesn't look any different than it does now. Yeah, I know. It looks slightly different. There's some extra colors in there. Let me make sure this is the right way. Yeah, okay. So here's what it looked like before. So literally black. I had done, I think, no other colors. This was like 15,000 stitches of black. Something like that. Now it's basically 20,000 stitches of black. Yeah, it's crazy. But, so that's what it looked like before. Here's what it looks like now. So, it's just a bigger space of black, basically. Now you will notice there is a little bit of blue. There is some blue. There's a little bit of blue right there, so that's exciting. I'm also, and I don't do this most of the time on patterns, but because this is all black, I'm also like marking every 10 by 10 block, basically. And that's purely so I know where to start the blue. Because I was like, oh, I've got to figure out, like, I got to know where the blue goes. And then I just kept doing it down because it's just easier for me. Like, if I finish stitching in the evening and I haven't gotten all the way to the bottom, I don't want to have to count. So it's just easier. Until I start getting to places where there's less black. But I did 5,272 stitches in 5 days. And that is because it was basically black. I don't think I did. On my birthday, I was working on this on my birthday, and I did the most stitches in a day I think I've ever done, and that's because I was basically working on black. On my birthday, I stitched 2,310 stitches on this project. I took off for my birthday, and I took off for the Monday, because my birthday was on Tuesday, so I took off for the Monday and the Wednesday. But, yeah. It's really exciting stuff. So, anyway, and I got this fabric. I think I started this, gosh, when did I start this? 2021? I started this for my birthday. This was a birthday start in, where's my magic book? I started this for my birthday in 2021. No, 2022, sorry. And I have worked on this on and off. Like, this is not the first time this has been touched since then. But I think I started this in Mexico? Because didn't I go to Mexico for my birthday in 2022? Might have. Either way. And it was really easy because I know I took this to Mexico with me. I just can't remember if I started it for my birthday that year or if it was the year before that I started and I just took this with me. It was really easy because all I did was bring one skein of black for this because I knew I wasn't going to get far enough into the pattern at that point to bring any other colors. So, yeah, super exciting. Really fun stuff. And it's just funny to go from this project to this project because the color difference. I mean, there is black in this, but like, not in comparison. Nothing can compare to this. Nothing can. Okay, next is my summer Quakers. So I spun summer Quakers in January. Really exciting. So this is by Rosewood Manor. And I don't know what fabric they're doing it on. Picture This Plus Truffle. Oh. They're doing it on Picture This Plus Truffle, but I am not, obviously. I am using the Valdani threads. They're just cotton, but I really love them. So that's what it will look like, kind of. This, I don't know whether it's charted wrong in the pattern or if this person did the wrong colors, but this is not the right color on here, according to the chart. This is the same color as this, but in this right here, it's the same color as this. So I did it the way it was charted, so it looks slightly different. I think it's the only thing that's different. Well, there's a couple things. I'm having a little bit of issues with the way that they charted this. Not really. I mean, okay, I'll show you. Let me just pull the pattern out, and then it'll all make sense. So I'm doing this on 32 count Swiss Mocha, and they call for 28 count, but this was what I had, so. And I don't find that doing the three strand Valdanis in the 32 count Grace Notes is a problem. I think it's fine. So here is, ooh, here's where it is. Let me show you where it was. I can show you the comparison video. I mean the comparison picture. So I only had the first page done. So this is where it was. Oh my gosh. So it was this page. I only had this page done. So that's where it was. And here's where it is now. So I got a lot done in the 5 days. Like I said, not counting these stitches. I just know what days that I worked on it for 5 days. Oh my gosh. So basically, like I said, this flower is a different color on this like mock-up because I don't know, the color that they put in there, and maybe it's wrong, like maybe on like somewhere it shows a correction, but I don't care. It doesn't bother me. And then the other thing that I did, which I'm not really sure why they did this, and if it was like, I mean, it was like they intended for it to be this way because they did it on all 4 of them, but the bees, so you'll see here, I did the bees, the whole outline of the bee in black. It's called for 310 because there is no like black that they included in the Valdani, and it calls for 310. But what they did was in one of the wings, I don't know which one, it doesn't really matter, but one of the wings, like all 4 of these wings have like an inside part to them, but on one of the 4 wings in each bee, they put the inside piece being one of the Valdanis. Like the whole rest of the outline is black, but like these 3 sorry, that's my washing machine going off. These 3 stitches on the inside here were like a Valdani brown, and not even like a dark brown, like a it would be noticeable that that's a different color brown. So I'm not really sure why they did that. I don't like it. I tried it, I didn't like it, so I just made them all black. I was like, I don't care. So yeah. So this is the whole way across. So I have completed the whole like top section, and I think I've even completed the whole top 3 pages. I think this is all 3, like the top 3 pages are done. So now I only have the 3 middle pages and then the 3 bottom pages. I think there's only 9 pages in this, I think. And then I ended up deciding to keep, so I put my initials here, but I kept the 2013, which is when this was charted. It was designed in 2013. I kept that because I'm starting to get this, I don't know what it is, but like all the patterns that have dates on them, I'm kind of like, I don't want to date them for the time that I finish them, because what if I never finish them? Right? So I've decided for a lot of the patterns that have dates in them, I'm going to be putting the date that it was published, if that makes sense, which is usually the date that's included. Yeah, because I'm just scared, like, if I never finish, then they're just never going to be dated. And yeah. And what if I forget to go back? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of reasons why I've decided that I'm just going to put the published date in, which is fine. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Like I said, 32 count Swiss Mocha by Grace Notes Fabrics. And this will go away until it comes back out. Watch it be like, I did summer Quakers in winter, and I'll do like spring Quakers in the fall, and the only one I don't have started is winter Quakers, so that won't get spun, because I haven't started it. Okay, the next one that my wheel spun, I don't have a picture on the computer of, but I do have it somewhere on my phone. Here it is. So this is Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. So that is what it will look like. I am doing the specialty stitch version. There is a just cross stitch version, but I am doing I am doing the specialty stitch version. And here is where it was before when I picked it up. Like I said, not counting the stitches. Could you imagine? I mean, I don't know how people count the stitches for specialty stitches. Like, is it how many, like if your needle goes in and out 4 times, that's a stitch? Because some of these specialty stitches, the needle goes in and out like 12 times or more. At one of the stitches I did, it was like 25 times or something like that. Like, crazy. Anyway, so that's where it was before, and I got quite a bit done. Here, oops, is where it is now. So, yeah, so I was in this thing here, and I've done quite a lot since then. It was so fun. These specialty stitches are so fun. So I'll give you a close-up of some of them. But that's the first band. Well, the first specialty stitch band. So fun. This one, having to come back into it because I like stopped somewhere up here and put it away. It was like, oh, what am I doing? Like, how do I do this again? But it's so hard to see. It's so hard to see in camera, I feel like. And then this is the most recent specialty stitch band. This one here. This one was really interesting to do. This specialty stitch band, because it's got the like square, I don't remember what they're called, but you know, these things. Really, really, really cool. And then just like the X stitch. So each, in the middle of each specialty stitch band is just the X stitch band. So those ones are easy, or easier. They don't take quite as long. The specialty stitch bands definitely take a little bit like longer because you're learning kind of how to do them. And once I like got them, I was good. I didn't need to look at the pattern anymore. Like, easy. But they take some getting used to. And I'm doing that with the Dinky Dies. She has, I think she has a DMC, let me see on here. She has the DMC option, the Dinky Dies option, and the Averiswa option. And I went with the Dinky Dies option. She did it in Averiswas, so the colors are a little bit different on hers than mine. But I'm doing it on the Dinky Dies. So it's a little bit, I would say mine's a little bit more, I don't want to call it dull. It's not like dull, but hers is very bright, like the yellow is very yellow in hers, and my yellow in mine is a little bit less yellow. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. either way. And then I don't have a comparison photo for this one because I finished this, well, I didn't finish this. I worked on this literally after the last video that I took. I did like basically no stitches. I did a little tiny bit because then I found out that the sale had come out, so I was like, time to put this away. But this is a Quaker Christmas. So you saw this last time. You saw basically the same that I'm going to show you today, but I did do a little bit. I did do a little bit more. So, yeah. So that's that. So this one is the one that I'm having some real issues with on the charting. The charting is, I don't know whether they just made lots of mistakes or what, but it's kind of a disaster. So I'm fixing it as we're going. I'm trying my hardest, but yeah. So here is, whew, it's almost too much, right? Here is where we are now. So, like I said, kind of a disaster because as I'm going through, like for example, was it this one? Yeah. This motif, we had some issues in the border, like with the way that they charted it. They charted it and it wasn't even, like, it was all kind of different, but it wasn't different enough to know that it was like on purpose. Like it was different in like the, oh, they didn't mean to do that. And the person who stitched this figured out that they didn't mean to do that because they did it the way I did it. And like, for example, this motif too, this one was like weird and off. And then in here, I didn't know, so in this, you can see inside of the motif with their initials, they did it in green. Well, I did it in red because all the other like letters and numbers are in red, so I just did it in red. And then this, the 2007, again, sticking with the when it was published, because I may never finish this, also is in green. But everything else, all the other letters and numbers are in red. So I did it in red. It's like, why are we like making those? I don't know, it was just weird to me. Anyway, so there's a lot of like weird situations going on. Oh, and this one had mistakes in the border. It's just been a little bit of a struggle bus. It's so pretty, but definitely if you're gonna stitch this pattern and you get the pattern, be careful as you're stitching it because there are lots of accidental, like they put a stitch somewhere there shouldn't be a stitch, or they moved the stitch by accident because it should be one down, or you know, like something like that. So anyway, like I said, worked on this in December, so don't have any information on it, but it's also not a full coverage, so I didn't do any counting, and I will never do any counting. So yeah, so that is all of the WIPs. Lots and lots of WIPs today. That's almost an hour. Wow! It's been a while since I've done almost an hour of like just showing projects. But the stack is high over here, so I'm feeling good. It's not going to happen again for very long. Okay, so then I have a couple of pieces of haul. And something really exciting to show you. So let me just organize myself over here. I'll talk to you while I organize. But I have stitched almost every day in January. There was one day that I did not stitch in January. And I will show you why I did not stitch once I put all these back in this bag so that I can make room for that thing that I'm going to show you. But I do have some haul, so it's pretty small. This haul is pretty tiny. Let me put this on the floor. This is my WIP bag. Put everything in there that I work on so I can remember to show it. My first thing is my fabric of the month. from Grace Notes, and I'm in both the color and the neutral club. I'm going to put this away now, or I'm going to close that. So I'm in the fabric, I'm in the color and the neutral club. I get the neutral on linen, and I get the color on lugana, and I get 32 count linen, and I get 28 count lugana. And the neutral this month was called Macchiato, and it is actually like a clear neutral. Like, most people will be very happy with this color. I'm very happy with this color, but like sometimes I'm like, oh, that's not as neutral of a neutral as people might want. But this is like very clearly, if you're a neutral person, you will love this. You could do so much on this fabric because it is definitely, like, it is brown, it is tan, like, it is neutral. So if you are a neutral girly or guy, a neutral person, a neutral bro or a neutral hun, I don't know, then you will like that. The color this month is called Winter Crocus, and this is really pretty. And again, it's kind of neutrally, like, it is color, but it is a neutral color, in my opinion. It is not so blam blam in your face. It is purple. It's like a light purple. And it is obviously like one distinct color. I don't, there's no like, oh, it's got hints of other stuff. Like, it doesn't have hints of anything. It has hints of purple. So this month was very much like single colors, no hints of other color, like brown and purple, which is good for anybody who's like newly coming in the new year. This can be really, really nice. It is a very pretty color though. Like, yeah. I do like purples. I'm not a pink person, but I am a purple person. I like purple. I say that, and all I'm stitching in, basically, in a Mermaid's Treasure right now is pink. And then I did get 2 patterns because what I'm doing right now, and this is because of Don, Captain Cross Stitch. He does this thing where anytime he has to order from 123 Stitch, he will order like a fancy lady, like a Bella Filipina or Mira or like a Nora, whatever. You know, he'll order one of those. Well, I have this obsession, and people will know. I have an obsession with cottage garden samplings. I'm obsessed with them, and I have 2 of the full series. I stitched one of them. The other one haven't started. That's not true. I did the squirrel of the one, but like, I don't count that because I gave that as a gift. Or I'm going to be giving that as a gift. It's not for me. So I'm going to do it again at some point. But I only have 2 of them. And I'm like, I need all of them. But I'm going to slowly get them. So what I did was I had to make 2 orders for floss because I'm lazy and don't feel like going out. Even though I work at a school where I could go get the floss. Like, I have to walk all the way over to the store. It's just easier to order it. Sometimes I will walk over, like if I need like a bunch, I'll go over to the store and just grab them. But, you know, it's just easier. And I get other stuff while I'm at it. So because threads can't travel alone, I got 2 patterns. So I ordered, like I said, 2 different times, and I ordered 1 pattern with each order. So the first one that I ordered was starting with the Songbirds Garden series. So I ordered Forever and Ever, which was the first one. And I think, did Lydia finish this? Or start this? Or do this? Lydia, did you do this? That's Lydia's, is your channel Lydia's Leisurely Stitching? I think that's what it's called. But I think she was working on this. I know she was working on, weren't you? Maybe I'm confusing you with somebody else, but I feel like she was working on this one. But, yeah. It's a lot bigger than it looks. It's 159 by 159. Like, they're big pieces. But anyway, that's the first one. And then I also got the Merry and Bright, which I love this one. I'm not such a Christmas stitcher. Like, I don't stitch that much Christmas, but I thought it was interesting that this is the second one because it feels very December to me. But it's number 2. So I'm assuming this came out in like February. I don't know. It doesn't tell you actually when it came out. It just tells you that it came out in 2018. I think they all came out in 2018. Yeah. I mean, both of these did. But that's so cute, isn't it? Okay. And then the last piece of haul that I got. It's big, so I have to kind of finagle. So hold on a second. The last piece of haul I got is this box. This is a cross stitch related thing. So let me see if I can put this on this chair here to get the top off. So I got a box, but inside said box, and this is purely because I think I've shown, so that filing cabinet right there, that has all of my DMC bobbins. I got the Pip and Chip bobbins from Etsy, and that's great, but I learned really quick going to my hemmed in retreat that that's fine to take with me, like that filing cabinet is fine to take with me when it's not too many people. Like there was only 7 of us at the retreat because it's just the Grace Notes like group, the retreat group, the retreat workers, what do we call them? I don't remember, but it's fine to take something like that, but if we're going to like a regular retreat with hundreds, of people, or 100 plus people, I'm not going to be able to take, like, that could come with me and sit in my room, but it can't come with me and take up space. Now this box is not that much smaller. Like, it is a big box, but it is a lot lighter, and it can sit like under the table, and it's easy to pick up. Like, it's not the filing cabinet. But inside of this box is DMC, like floss drops. So let me pull out the first one. So they look like this. Again, Pip and Chip. Got them the same company. And I have filled them with 1 skein of each color. And I've done that for the whole thing, all of the DMCs. And this will be what goes with me when I go, like, to retreats and things. This is going to be my travel floss. So my filing cabinet will stay home forever and ever. It will never go with me. But this box full of all of my DMCs, here's 4 of them. This will go with me away to retreats. And I won't touch it when I'm home. So like this will stay underneath of my table over there while I'm home. And so that was another like birthday present to myself. So I got this. And so the reason I didn't stitch one day this month was because I was filling this. I was I was winding and cutting threads, and I didn't bring it over here, but one of the things that I got for myself was one of those like floss winders that you can cut them and then the strands are equal. So this is great because now I can just pull off like a thread because they're already pre-cut lengths of like the length that I like. So I am prepared for my first retreat in April, which is the Steel City retreat, and this will be going with me. So if you are going to the Steel City retreat and you need color, of DMC, hit me up because I will have them all. Yeah, super fun. Anyway, so that is the last piece of haul, and now it has been 1 hour, so I will let y'all go. But yeah, that is me. That is what we got. That is everything. Those are all my whips. It was a crazy month. But I hope you all enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you all in February. I don't really have any life updates. I'm 30 now. That's my big life update. I'm no longer in my 20s. I'm now 30 years old, and I feel no different. Like, quite frankly, I feel the same as I did when I was 29. So here we are. Anyway, I will see you all in February. I hope you have a good February. It's a shorter month, so I will be back quicker, I guess. We'll see. Otherwise, I'm good. Let's see if I can get to him. I can't see him. He's good. He's a sleepy. He went to work with me yesterday. So he is exhausted. He came home and he was just like, done. I'm sleeping. I can't. It's funny though, because like every time I try to take pictures of him at work, he's sleeping. So it's like he does do more. Like he does not just sleep all the time. He sleeps a lot, but he does not just sleep all the time. But anyway, okay. I've rambled for like 2 whole minutes, so we are. Okay, I'll talk to you guys in February. Have a good one. Bye.